Spring is coming here in Washington, although not soon enough. The trees are budding, the plants and flowers are blooming, there are some big holidays coming up. This is a time of renewal and growth, not just for the plants, but for us as well. My family will soon have a Passover Seder. We will discuss how it was that we became slaves and how we were able to break free of that slavery. So when Kirk Cousins signed an $84 million guaranteed contract and left my team, I was happy for him. But as a Redskins fan, it got me thinking. For over 3 years, I've been screaming at the TV for this guy, jumping up and down, following his stats. Why did he leave my team? Now, I know it's for more money, but then, if that's the case, who am I really rooting for when I root for a team? Most of the players on the Redskins didn't grow up in Washington. They didn't go to school here. I'm not friends with any of them. When I was in the hospital 5 years ago having my lung removed, I was wondering, where was Darryl Green? I rooted for him his entire career. I even traveled to away games to see him. He could have at least visited me for a few minutes. Where was John Riggins? Dexter Manley? Daniel Snyder could have brought me a Starbucks to my hospital bed. When you sit in front of the TV for 3 hours on a weekend and root for the Redskins or any other sports team, it doesn't matter who the players are because you're only rooting for the jerseys on their backs. You're rooting for laundry. You might as well grab a beer and sit in front of your washer and dryer. Now, that might be going a little too far, but I think about how you want to spend your weekend. Are you in front of the TV all day? Are you shuttling back and forth, taking your kids to organize games? We become a slave to sports and sports teams. Slavery sneaks up on us. Sometimes it happens without us even knowing about it. For example, if you take a frog and throw him into a pot of boiling water, he'll jump out. But take that same frog and put him in a pot of cold water, then slowly turn up the heat, he'll boil to death, never realizing it got hot. I think I was a frog. I was a slave to football and many other sports. I still tape every game and watch it at night when it's not taking time away from my family. But I can do it in an hour instead of 3. Time is too precious to be screaming for nylon and spandex. Life is too awesome to be slave to anything, but you have to get out of the pot of boiling water and see what life really offers. When you do that, you'll live fired up. I'll see you next week.